Hello, welcome back to This House of Walls. My name is Ashley, and on this channel I love to share all things books and homeschooling and anything else. Today, if you saw the little clip at the beginning, it's all about my books and how they are stored. So I have definitely expanded how and where I store some books, but the majority, I have these IKEA shelves behind me. So I have one and then a TV stand and then another one on the other side. And that's where the majority of my books go. I do have a little book cart and a hutch that I have taken over with some books too. Today I am going to walk you through all of my books and show you how I store them. As always, grab your favorite drink. It is the morning still, so I am having some coffee and I'm gonna flip you guys around and go on a tour. So here we have bookshelf number 1 all the way down. So we did recently rearrange our living room and now I have this amazing little chair right here and our side table and some comfy blankets. So this one primarily is mystery, historical fiction, and kind of like literary fiction. Starting up here at the top, you can see I have a lot of hardcover books, and there's kind of a mix of genres, mostly historical fiction. And this is just a nice place to store them. And then the next shelf down is paperback historical fiction. With a cute little apple decoration there because I like in September to decorate in apples. The next shelf down is hardcover, and this is kind of literary fiction with some mystery. On the side here, I do have some smaller hardcover books. Nice place to set them. I do have this cute little hedgehog decoration that I got from the dollar store this year. So he's super cute. My next shelf is kind of literary fiction. There are some mystery and a little bit of sci-fi in here. Basically kind of wherever I can fit them. I do have this little bowl over here that my sister made, and it holds all bookmarks that I use. And then the very bottom shelf here, I do have, you can actually see in some of the bins sticking out, like cords and stuff like that, because this is also our TV area. So on this shelf is really a mix. I have some historical fiction, I have some literary fiction, some romance, and then I do have fantasy and sci-fi right here that is pouring over from my other bookcase because that tends to be a lot of what I read. So there is my first shelf, and then we'll go over here to my primarily fantasy bookshelf. All right, so up here on the top, standing up, I have some softcover books that are all fantasy. And then I have some shorter hardcover books here on the side, a nice little fake IKEA plant, and a picture of my husband and I when we were young and not so tired. My next shelf down is all Sarah J. Maas. There's a lot. I don't even have her latest, and then she has one more coming out soon. All Sarah J. Maas, and then I have this cute little plant that my son made for me last year. My next shelf is fantasy and sci-fi. These are ones that are primarily part of a series, and maybe I have some of all of the series of some of these, but they're kind of a work in progress. My next shelf here is some more hardcover fantasy books and taller softcover books. And so this is a great way to kind of store them all. And then the bottom shelf here is kind of, again, taller softcover, and then I have the Michael J. Sullivan books that I'm hoping to get to soon, and I have 2 more of those little bins over here that store kind of like video games and movies and stuff like that. All right, to just give you an expanded view, this is our setup. I will try to link the IKEA bookshelves and TV stand down below. We love them. We were looking for this kind of a setup for a long time and walked into our local IKEA one time and there they were. So we are really happy with this setup and it works great. Now for our hutch. So this is a hutch that we have in the kitchen. My husband made it a number of years ago. It has been loved and been used for all kinds of different things. For a while, it would store kind of like wine glasses and things like that. It was our original homeschool storage when I was homeschooling my preschooler when he came home in 2020. So now I have made it book storage. So there's just, I ran out of space in the living room and so had to take over here. So just to note, I do have artwork. My youngest does an art class, and so we stick them here on the side, and so a couple of them, like that little owl and the parrot, is on the front. So here is my top shelf. These are all of my Book of the Month books. Some of them I have read. The majority here in the middle I have not. So I think maybe January or so, I'm gonna do a whole month of just Book of the Month books. All right, this next shelf is a little bit of a mishmash of things. Yes, we do have our remains from our old dog here with her favorite toy. She's just been kind of hanging out here. We're not quite sure what to do with her, so here she is. But over on this side, I have some books that I'm borrowing from my mom, the 3 here at the end, and then some more kind of classic books that I have. I have a stack of some Christmas books, some Agatha Christie, and then these are some more Book of the Month picks, but these are series that I have and are finished. Then this bottom shelf here is kind of a catch-all. I have cookbooks, I have our wedding picture book, coasters. This is also where my kids put their electronics at the end of the night. And then just some other books over here. There are a couple of autobiography books. So here again is a look at the hutch. Here is my last and latest addition to storing some books. So we just have this nice little cart here that used to be in our schoolroom and held all of our art supplies. And it was fantastic for that. We kind of outgrew it though. And so this weekend I was able to take a small bookcase from my youngest son's room and we have turned that into our art bookcase. And so that meant I got to use this. At the top here, we do have our library books. My son and I just went to the library yesterday. And so this is a great place to store it, and they can just come and get them whenever they would like. On the middle here, it's kind of the smallest shelf, and so I just put a little notebook, a journal, and some cute little decorations. And then the bottom, so this is where I have what I would like to read this fall. And so I have done a whole video with most of these. I do have these 2 here at the end are books that I need to read pretty soon for some book clubs. On the back, I do have the Alice Hoffman Book of Magic series. This is going to be part of a buddy read that I'm doing on Instagram, where we are going to read all 4 books in the month of October. I'm still waiting for one of the books, but there I have put the 3 that I have. So there we have it. That is how I store my books. I will say, I don't hold on to books. if I read them and they are 3 stars or under, I tend to get rid of them. We have an amazing used bookstore that I can take them to, and they give me store credit, and so then I can turn around and get more books. And part of that is I just don't have the room. We are a family of 4. Our house is only about 1,400 square feet, so it's a small little house. Any extra room that we have is for homeschooling. But that's okay, because that just means I really kind of utilize the space that we do have in the best way possible. I also just don't like to keep books that don't make me happy. If I really didn't like it, or I DNF'd it, or anything like that, I don't want to sit here and look at it. So off it goes. On that note, I am going to go set up for homeschooling and get ready for the day. But if you like these types of videos, make sure to subscribe and like below, and I will be back for more soon.